Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. And today is an incredibly special day because today is the day that I get off my ass and start uploading this show to podcast. Yes, that is right. I finally am doing it. I officially will have this be the very first episode that people with podcasts, so Apple Podcasts or whatever other podcast you're listening on, are going to be able to listen to this episode. I realized a few different things. Number one, there's no reason for me not to be a podcast. I'm up on YouTube every single day. I've been here for 240 days in a row doing this show, all of quarantine. And there is no reason for me not to be able to provide it in a different format for you guys. You've been asking me for a long time. Some of you guys just like to listen. You don't want to look at this ugly mug. Some of you guys just are on the go. Whatever it is, I'm going to start uploading it to podcast. I hear that it only takes 15 extra minutes every show. And that is 15 extra minutes I want to give to you guys. Plus, via Anchor, I think that they make it relatively easy for me to do so. And hopefully, that means more subscribers, which hopefully means that money though, because this bitch is trying to live life, all those things. So I'm going to take the audio after this. I'm going to push it through Anchor. I hear it takes like a weekish. So you guys are going to be able to listen on podcasts. I am welcome to the 21st century, Roxy. Apparently, this bitch now has a podcast. So if you're finding me via podcast and you're like, what is this girl doing? Well, she's trying. That's what she's doing. She's effing trying. For those of you guys here on YouTube, though, youtube.com/Roxy Stryer. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support and for your continued support in Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, and right here in the super chat. We got a lot going on today's show. We're mostly an entertainment news show. We do politics as well, though, and whatever's going on in pop culture and a million other things. Like sometimes we talk about vibrators. And you know what happens when we talk about vibrators? Thank you guys for this one, by the way. All right. So this is a fun little anecdote for you guys. Can't even tell you the rest of what we're talking about today yet because remembered I didn't tell you guys this story. I needed to very quickly get off of an Amazon account because I was using my ex-boyfriend's Amazon account and shit hit the fan during pandemic. He wanted Roxy no more. And so I didn't feel like it was right to be using his Amazon. So I called my brother because this bitch doesn't feel like paying $150 a month for Amazon Prime because, again, starving artist. So I called my brother and I asked my brother, this months ago, for his Amazon login. And he said, yeah, of course. And I told him the situation. He felt bad for me. And he was like, of course you can use my Prime. It doesn't make any difference to me. Use it. So I'm logged into his Amazon Prime and I use it just the way that I use my own Amazon. So the other day he calls me and he says, hey, so what are you looking at ball pits for? And I said, what? He said, what are you looking at ball pits for? And for the Whirl Girls, the other show that I do, in case you guys are not familiar, on Wednesday nights and Sundays with Steph Sabra and Darina Ariano, we give everything a whirl. And one of the episodes that was coming up, we were looking into getting a ball pit. We ended up scrapping the idea, so it doesn't even matter. But I was looking at the ball pits on Amazon. And so I said, oh, it was for Whirl Girls. And then I started thinking in my head, why is he asking me about the ball pits? And I realized really what he was letting me know is, bitch, I see your Amazon searches and I know that you're searching for a new vibrator on Amazon. So I go, are you really asking me about this, Jet, because of the ball pit? Because if this is about the vibrator situation, I swear to God, Live at the Roxy, the rock stars made me start looking for whatever that vibrator is. The Hibichi, Hibidi, whatever it's called that you guys made me in the middle of the show, Amazon. I wasn't looking on Amazon. I was looking on my Instagram app, and you guys told me to go with the one on Amazon, which I didn't end up ordering, thank goodness. but he can see my search history and it pops up for him, Hitachi, the Hitachi. So he was obviously just saying, hey, Rox, whatever you're looking for, remember your big brother can see that shit. And not that my big brother has any issue with women masturbating or with his sister being sexually active or any of those things, but it's still never a comfortable conversation to have with your brother about what kind of vibrator you are looking into and purchasing. So thank you once again to the rock stars for the middle of the show having me look into the Hitachi. And then so I told my brother the story. He goes, you had to Google it in the middle of your show or Amazon it in the middle of your show? I said, yeah. He said, you don't know what a Hitachi is? I said, apparently everybody in the world knows what this Hitachi is except for me. He was like, yeah. So I don't know how that made me look to my brother. Probably pretty inexperienced and prude. Not that I care if my brother thinks that about me. The whole thing was uncomfortable. All right, going into the show, guys. What we are talking about today, a lot going on in the world of entertainment, which is nice because we've been talking politics on this show for, I was going to say far too long. I guess it's not too long. It's just the way that it's been. I want to talk about Mads Mikkelsen, who's supposedly going to be replacing Johnny Depp in Fantastic Beasts, or at least in conversation about it. I want to talk about the fact that it's Veterans Day, and we have a lot of vets in the chat. By the way, show yourself by show of bunnies. If you are a vet, thank you for your service. Also, just in general, some practices on Veterans Day that I participate in that I think people should be doing as well. I want to talk about Britney Spears because hashtag free Britney took a major hit. In case you guys didn't see, she lost her court bid to remove her father's control over her estate, which is going to be a little bit of a disaster. So not so stoked about that. And then what I'm watching. We haven't talked about TV much on this show, and you guys know I'm the TV queen. So Bachelorette, This Is Us, Emily in Paris getting picked up again for a second season. Pen 15 is what I've been binging recently, which I had never seen before. And this show is effing hilarious and amazing. And also the Miss USA 2020 pageant. So all of that stuff. All of those things and more live at the Roxy. Let's start with what you guys are chatting about, though. Let's look at the Streamlabs and the Super Chat and see what's going on with my dear rock stars. Starting in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Logan James Kinniston said, hey, Whiskey Champion, I read online that your dad was the youngest boxing promoter to ever work with the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Is this true? And if so, could you share any stories about it? Muhammad Ali will always be a hero of mine. Thanks. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I've actually talked about this a little bit before, but my dad was primarily a concert promoter, but he also promoted fights, and he was a freaking badass. I don't mean was as in he's not anymore. He still is a badass. But at the time, I believe he was 21 when he convinced Muhammad Ali to come out of retirement and got him his last fight. I wear that shirt all the time. If you guys see it, the big poster of the fight is in my room. And it's funny because my dad ultimately ended up, this was early on in his career, he ultimately ended up changing his company to Michael Stryer Presents. But at the time, because he's 21 and this is what 21-year-old kids do, he called himself Concert King with K's, Concert King. And so on the poster and on the shirt, it says Concert King Presents, which would have been so much cooler if it said Michael Stryer Presents. But yeah, he did. And there was a big picture in my house framed growing up of Muhammad Ali and my dad shaking each other's hands, which I always thought was really cool. And then decades later, on the Tomorrow Show, I actually interviewed Layla Ali, who is, of course, the daughter of Muhammad Ali. And Layla Ali and I recreated that picture of us shaking hands in the same position that Muhammad Ali and my father shook hands when, I don't know, 30 years prior. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah, I mean, what more is there to say about that? It's pretty freaking awesome. My dad's done a lot of great things, a lot of incredible career accomplishments. And that is for sure one of them. He's got stories for days. I mean, the man was a literal rock star partying with rock stars. So yeah, thank you for the Streamlabs. Interesting question. And I appreciate you, Logan, even caring enough to look into me a little bit. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strauss says, hello, Roxy. Love you as always. Thanks for hanging out with us today. How are you? I hope Grammy, Papo, and all of your family are well. Happy Veterans Day to Papo and everyone else who served. Thank their family, including their families. Thank you for your service. RJ, aka Skittles, hope you and the rock stars have a joy-filled rest of your World Girl Wednesday, your week, your month, your year, so we can remain positive despite Trump's post-election bullshit antics. Peace, love, bunnies, and hugs to you all. Hashtag smash cancer. Yeah, I've been texting with Smets all morning. Yes, about this, Glenn. Grammy and Papa are doing okay. They're awesome. And it's Veterans Day, so of course I'll be calling Papo. Their son actually flew out to stay with them for 10 days, so I'm really excited about that. My Uncle Howie, who's awesome too. This is my vocabulary today. I have the vocabulary of 5-year-old. It's awesome. He's awesome. She's awesome. My dad's awesome. Like, don't I know any other words? But Howie's out here, and that makes me feel really comfortable that they're with their son, who takes really great care of them when he does come out here from New Jersey. So that's really nice and a nice surprise for them. And he did it as safely as he could with the tests and the social distancing and the quarantining and all of that stuff. So yeah, thank you for asking, Glenn. I appreciate the question. And let's continue looking in here at the Streamlabs. LD in the Streamlabs, LD123 says, hey, coach. For anybody who doesn't remember, LD is our resident actress in here. She's been on set. She's had some wild stories. So let's see what's going on here. Hey, coach, I do my redo bed scene with not Mr. Big Dick today. Any advice on getting boundaries if the new boy gets handsy like Big Dick? I'll be lessening in makeup. So any big words of wisdom? Last bit of advice. I'm almost done with this film. All right, let's see, LD. I think that especially knowing that Mr. Big Dick was fired off set, I highly, highly doubt that this new guy gets handsy. And if he does, then you're going to have to address it the same way you did with Mr. Big Dick. You never know. People can surprise you for better or for worse. So I would give this new guy the benefit of the doubt that he's not going to pull that shit with you. But in general, I just think get that out of your mind because it's not going to help your scene work. Focus on the scene. Be in the moment. You've done your background work. You know who your character is. Show up to the scene. Be open and honest and react to things the way your character would react to things, no matter what he does. Just be whoever it is that you are supposed to be being. And I think that will relieve any of the anxiety. It's not you anymore there. It's whoever you're presenting as. But keep us posted. And we really look forward to seeing this movie at some point. You'll let us know when and where. And we've got your back. My friend Dwayne Burke in the chat sending bunnies from before. Thank you, Dwayne, for your service. You're incredible. You've had one hell of a year. And I know karma's on your side. You've done so many incredible things for a lot of people. And we really appreciate you. Spidey Sensei sent bunnies also. Spidey, I didn't know you served. Thank you for your service as well, Spidey. We appreciate you. And to everybody in here who is. Stefan Zubel, thank you for your service. I believe that that's what these bunnies before are for. And we really appreciate you guys. Glenn Caesar in the chat, in the super chat, reminding us Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, Jonathan McNally arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor for killing Breonna Taylor. All three of them who knew we were going to have to put those caveats at the end. But yes, in case you're new to this because you're listening in podcast form, we say that every single show, and we're going to continue to say that as long as we are fighting for justice, which is going to be as long as we're on this planet, apparently. And we're just going to keep at it. Mohammed sending bunnies. Mohammed, thank you for your service. Morse Code Z sending bunnies. Thank you for your service. Wow, so many people in here who have served. It's really an honor that you guys are joining us, and I can't even fathom. So right now and later, thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day to all of our incredible, incredible veterans. All right, this series of messages came in last night from Kyle Grandietti, who wrote in a few different Streamlabs. So let's go through this. Thank you, Kyle, for the 11 p.m. series here. It says, Roxy, I think it's so brave and powerful that you aren't backing down about saying arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor for killing Breonna Taylor at the beginning of your show. Thank you. I think it immediately shows your values and conviction, which are things that are so important in this world. Thank you so much for just being you. Thanks, Kyle. P.S. Here's a link to a great wand you should consider. I've given this as a gift for a few of my friends who've loved it. Okay, it's an Amazon link, guys. I can't fucking click on it. We know what happens. I too believe that women should be in control of their own sexual health. Hope this helps. You are the best. Kyle, how am I going to click on it though? And also, this is a fun adult sex ed book. I think it will help you. And then he sent the link, but it's also Amazon. Crap, guys. My brother's going to know everything. Have you ever heard of Hannah Witten or Ruby Rare? They're sex educators that have fantastic YouTube channels. I think that they would have so much fun on your show. Just an idea. I'll have to look into them. That sounds fun. Sorry if you saw these in the comments already. Yeah, I did see some of these in the comments, Kyle. I read all the comments after every YouTube video, which is why it's so important to leave one. Also, because it helps with the algorithm. But thank you for it. Just wanted to make sure and also show support. Phenomenal streams lately. Thank you for everything. Kyle, epic series of Streamlabs. We really appreciate you and all of your support in here and everything you do for this show and all of those suggestions. Just in general, you guys bring tears to my eyes. You're freaking amazing. All right. Spidey Sensei said, I enlisted right before the first Gulf War, right out of high school. Oh, wow. Damn. Right out of high school. It's unbelievable to me how young people are. Like at 18, I was just so selfish and so self-involved that I never could have thought about the greater good or helping others in that way. Not to that extent. So thank you, Spidey. Steven said mine were before you said bunnies for service. I did not. Sorry, Steven. I didn't mean to out you for that then. I was just scrolling back through and seeing all the bunnies. You're always allowed to just send bunnies on the show. Send bunnies for love. Send bunnies for any purpose, any and every purpose. All right. Continue to support in the Streamlabs throughout the show. I really appreciate it. We will get to those, but let's jump in to one of our topics today. Oh, it makes it sound so uncool when I say topics. Let's talk about a topic. It's like just a conversation, and I'm so conversational, and I'm like, topic number 1. It's kind of bullshit. Erase the last few seconds. Eliminate the word topic from my vocabulary. Can I go back to saying awesome instead of topic? Mads Mikkelsen is supposedly going to replace Johnny Depp in Fantastic Beasts. We've been talking a lot about this Johnny Depp story. For those of you guys who do not know, Warner Brothers asked Johnny Depp to step down from his role in Fantastic Beasts, presumably because of all the things going on with Amber Heard and him losing his libel suit against the Sun that he had filed after the Sun referred to him as a wife beater. So he lost that. They asked him to step down, and very quickly we seem to have a viable replacement in Mads Mikkelsen. Now, here's the deal. I don't know many people who thought that Johnny Depp was a perfect fit for this role anyway. I know tons of people who are saying that Mads Mikkelsen will be a perfect fit for this. So regardless of all of the icky stuff going on, it does seem like performer-wise, and I'm not saying Johnny Depp isn't an incredible performer, but it does seem like we're leveling up a little bit for the fit for this role. So I haven't seen many people be upset about this. I do see Matt in here saying he'll always be Hannibal to me. I know that a lot of people won't be able to separate that at first, but we have to believe that he's a talented enough actor that you're not going to be thinking about Hannibal when you see this role. And at least he's playing a villain character in here. I think that this could be really, really cool for him. I think this could be a nice boost to the franchise. It's not like I'm digging this franchise right now much anyway, so I'm welcoming this change. I really am. We're going to have to see what Warner Brothers does about Amber Heard. A lot of people are upset that they haven't fired her immediately while they fired Johnny Depp. One of the things that could be complicating that is the fact that Johnny Depp is currently suing Amber Heard. So they might be waiting on outcomes of that, and they might be trying to wait to figure out what the court of law says about this so that they don't end up getting sued themselves. Because Johnny Depp had a pay or play, which meant that Johnny Depp being fired off this film or asked to resign from this film meant he got paid anyway. So, truthfully, Johnny Depp probably doesn't care much about this, knowing he's still going to make his 7-figure deal from this, and he's not going to actually have to show up. Now, he's probably concerned about the future of his career and what is going to be next for him in terms of when he's going to be seen. But it's not like this franchise was the killer franchise anyway. He didn't just lose the Marvel franchise, he lost Fantastic Beasts, which people weren't digging much regardless. So, we're going to have to keep each other posted on this story. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this third movie. I hope that they can figure out a way to get us back in. I know some people liked it, but for the majority of us, we were like, what was the second Fantastic Beasts movie? They certainly are not the Harry Potter films, which I love. And that's brutal. Pretty brutal. Andrew says he got paid for one scene. No, he performed in one scene. He got paid for the movie. That is what the reports are saying, at least. I don't know if there are reports that are saying otherwise, but he performed in one scene. He got paid for the film. That is what it seems to be, or the case seems to be. As I keep saying, we shall see. We shall see. Let's see what you guys are thinking in here. Unrelated to this, but always important to the show because Simply Emily rocks. Simply Emily in the super chat says, just confirmed, you can delete specific items from your browsing history on Amazon. That way you can look something up and delete it before anyone sees. But I feel so sneaky with that. It's like, I'm not embarrassed of what I do. It's just uncomfortable for my brother. I feel like I just need to get my own Amazon, but probably not until I figure out my finances a little better. Oh boy, 2020. Am I right, peeps? Am I right? Am I right? Let's go on to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Texas teacher in the house. All right, Texas teacher, let's see what you got to say. Hey, Roxy, still clean and sober? Yes. Today is hard, much like any military holidays, but staying strong and holding the memories at bay without coke and heroin. That's what we like to hear, Texas teacher. I turned down a full ride to play football at a D1 school to serve after 9/11. Bunnies scare me, by the way. Oh my God. Sorry, Texas teacher. I really appreciate this comment, Texas teacher. The fact that it is Veterans Day. We know that you suffer with PTSD and struggle with addiction. I'm so proud of you that you are doing this in the clean, sober way. It doesn't mean that it hurts. It makes the pain easier today. Probably hurts more today. You probably feel it more today without the numbing of that pain, but that is still in the long run going to be less painful than what happens when you start using again. So we really, really are rooting for you always. I don't know any rock star who's not a full-blown Texas teacher supporter, and we really appreciate you chiming in and updating us. We're always concerned, not concerned because you're doing anything wrong, concerned because we care about you. So thank you for your service and thank you for giving us that report. All right, moving forward, Morse code Z in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, if you set up your own free Amazon account on a different browser, then the main one you use, you can copy the links there and those searches shouldn't show up in Jet's feed. Yeah, but then you can see what I ordered too. Oh boy, it's a whole thing, guys. It's a whole shebang. The whole shebang. Also in the Streamlabs, Texas teacher chiming in again, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Texas teacher now responding to LD's comment who says, LD, keep it professional. And remember, if he gets handsy, twist his fucking dick off and shove it in his mouth. He won't try it again. No, the military didn't mess with my mind. Who said that? LOL. Bunnies are evil and scare me so much. I'm sorry they scare you. LD, I'm going to go ahead and say maybe don't twist his dick off and shove it in his mouth because you still are going to have to work on set. But I feel you. And I appreciate Texas teacher riding for LD that hard. That's the advice. It was pretty unbelievable. Oh boy, you guys, the rock stars loving the rock stars is one of the best accomplishments I can have here on this show. It's awesome that you guys are such a community that you're telling somebody to rip off somebody's penis and shove it down their throat. Kind of here for that, not gonna lie. As we have been speaking a little bit about Veterans Day and thanking our vets, here's what I will say to you guys. As I've mentioned many times before, Papo served in World War II. He was in the Air Force, the 8th Air Force. And actually, if you're interested in learning more about his journey, I did do an entire interview with him on this channel that I think over 1,000 of you guys have watched. It's an hour long, and I'm so grateful for that, where he talks about his journey. And it's really emotional and beautiful what he talks about. Jake, if you're in here, I know it's so annoying, but if you could find the link for that, I would really appreciate it. But Papo was a war hero and an incredible and is still with us today at 95 years old. And so there is not a Veterans Day that passes in which I do not reach out to him. And what it's taught me is how much that means to him, how much it means to him that all of his family and his friends call him on Veterans Day and thank him for his service. Or even every time that we are out to lunch or dinner and he wears his bomber that signifies that he fought in World War II with on the back all of the successful missions. And people say as he walks by, thank you for your service. If people are going to risk their lives for this country or risk their lives for our freedom or any of those things, then the very least that we can do, the very least we can do is thank them. And it might take you an extra 30 seconds today, an extra few minutes today to go out of your way and think about those friends and family members of yours who have served. Pick up the phone and call them. Shoot them an email or a message. Thank them for their service. It is Veterans Day. It is a day to remember that we could not be here without them, people who are putting their lives on the line. So please, oh please, even though it takes a couple extra minutes, reach out to those people who have served and say something to them. Because Veterans Day is their day, not our day. And we should go out of our way, which again, isn't even really out of our way, to only just simply thank them so that they know that we're grateful for what they've done. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. Early Roxy advice corner. But you guys know I'm always a fan of reaching out to people on the days that might be harder for them, or they might need a little extra love, or they could just deserve that love. I'm always a fan of reaching out. Let's see what's going on in the super chat. Sir Joker40. Hey, best friend. That's my best friend. Roxy, you excited about Blacklist Season 8? Stay phenomenal. Book recommendation. Nikki Giovanni released a new book of poetry, Make Me Rain, Poem and Prose. Sir Joker, my best friend. Hey, I've never seen Blacklist at all, so sorry, I can't be excited, but I'm excited for you. Book recommendations, I don't read. That's like the worst statement I can make. I sometimes do read. I typically only read biographies or autobiographies, but I also read a lot of self-help books. And I do feel like poems and prose can sometimes be self-help because they're so beautiful. So maybe I'll check this out. Everybody else, let me know if you guys are going to do the same. It's worth a gander. Worth a gander. All right, what is Jake? Jake figured it out. I think Glenn sent it to Jake, who put it in here. It's a team effort, but Jake just put the link to the interview. If you guys want to check it out after this, it's absolutely your prerogative. You don't need to if you don't want, but if you want to know about a Jewish man's experience fighting in World War II against the Nazis, it's kind of a wild ride that he went through or went on and is still on, to be honest. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Did I switch from oh boy to oh man? Who grew up? Somebody. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Garth Harkness McMurray said, your dad, Michael Stryer, is still a legend here in Mass for getting Aerosmith back together. People should check out his Wikipedia page. Yeah. Happy Veterans Day to Papo and all the other vets. I love your interview with your Papo, and people should watch it today. Thank you. I think I'm going to clip a little bit of it out and put it online. Maybe my Instagram or TikTok or something like that. I've been TikToking a little bit more. And actually, I have new plans for TikTok that I'll be announcing soon. But I still have been updating. I've been updating my personal one. And, I just hit that 1,000 people mark. Working on it. Look at me. I'm a TikToker now. It's so bizarre. It's truly bizarre. All right, let's move on to talk a little bit about Britney Spears. To the next topic of Britney Spears. Coming once, coming twice. Britney Spears is the third topic of the show today. Guys, Free Britney's not doing well right now. Free Britney is woof right now. Free Britney is struggling, and you guys know I'm a big Free Britney advocate. This sucks. I am shocked by this, and I don't really understand what happened. So anybody who watches this show has been following the Britney Spears battles with her father, who has conservatorship over her and has for the last 12 years. She doesn't want her dad to have conservatorship over her estate anymore, or her, because she struggles with her father, and it's been noted that her father seemingly is out for his own good and not his daughter's. It seems like Britney Spears' sister, Jamie Lynn, also has been standing up for Britney, but whatever happened here, Britney Spears lost the court bid to remove her father's control over her estate. This was wild. BBC said Britney Spears has been, or Jamie Spears has been his daughter's legal guardian for 12 years due to concerns about her mental health. Miss Spears' lawyer said the pop star was afraid of him and that she would not perform so long as he remained in that role. Her father's lawyer argued that he always acted in the best interest of his daughters. A judge said she would consider future appeals for his dismissal or outright removal. But in the meantime, at the request of Miss Spears' financial company, Bessemer Trust has been appointed as a co-conservator. During a hearing on Tuesday, so yesterday, Miss Spears' lawyer, Samuel Ingham, said she and her father have no viable working relationship and have not spoken in a long while. This whole thing is woof. Why would the courts be able to insist that he has the right to take care of her estate when that's not what she wants as a grown-ass woman? I just don't understand how this could be the situation still. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really does not. Goes on to say, Vivian Thoreen, which is Jamie Spears' lawyer, argued that the reason they hadn't spoken was because Mr. Ingram had advised Miss Spears against it. Yeah, of course. Miss Thoreen also defended Mr. Spears' record as conservator. When he assumed the role, Miss Spears was fighting tens of millions of dollars in lawsuits, but under his guidance, Miss Thoreen said her business operation was now worth $60 million. The legal battle is taking place against the backdrop of the Free Britney movement, a group of fans who believe Miss Spears is being kept prisoner by her father and others. I am one of them. Guys, I'm one of them. I'm not saying that she's made all the right decisions or smart decisions, but I am saying that she's a grown-ass woman who should be able to make at least the decision of who gets to make her decisions. Like, I understand that maybe she needs a little extra help and guidance, but she's not saying she doesn't want to even operate under a conservatorship. She doesn't want her father to have that say. She would rather a third party. So this seems so strange to me that they wouldn't at least grant her that. Sir Joker popping back in the super chat saying it's an audiobook too, and our Massachusetts brethren, James Spader, and you have to read my book. It has like 3 Roxy poems in it. Wait, what book has 3 Roxy poems? Tell me more. Tell me more. What is even happening with you guys? I must know all of the things. What do you guys think so far? Let me know all your thoughts on topic 1, 2, and 3 of the show in streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Excited about Mads Mikkelsen replacing Johnny Depp? Are you reaching out to your loved ones on Veterans Day, those who served? And how do you feel about this Britney Spears situation? Hashtag free Britney. In the Streamlabs right now, we've got the Beardman. Oh, you're freaking awesome. Saying, not sure if you figured out Quibi, but I have it and sent you a message in the Patreon. I saw that. You're amazing. I don't know how to download the episodes on Quibi. So, guys, I tweeted out yesterday asking who had Quibi because I was supposedly in 6 episodes, but I only think 2 of them aired of this Quibi show called Sexology that was so much fun to shoot, but Quibi got canceled, and I only think they aired 2 of them. And I wanted that footage to promote and for my reel because they wouldn't let us take any pictures on set because they said that we would be able to get the footage. Then when I reached out to them about getting the footage, they said that they were unable to send me the footage and that I should create an account and log in and basically like screen grab it. When I did try to create the account, it wouldn't let me because Quibi had been canceled. So then finally the Beard Man reached out and gave me his information. So I logged in, but anytime I try to screen record it, it won't let me because Quibi doesn't let you screen record. So I don't know how to get this footage and I really want to. If any of you guys have any thoughts, then please let me know. Spidey Sensei says with Shan Boodram, yeah, she was amazing. Love her. She was an excellent host, really phenomenal. So anyway, that was the name of the show. Yeah, I'm sure I'm allowed to announce it at this point because it aired. So I'm on it and it was there. But I did so many more episodes, and they picked the political episodes that I'm like, wish they picked the other ones too. But I don't know if those will ever see the light of day. We will have to see. Sir Joker 40, my best friend, says, my new book is coming out soon, and it has 3 Roxy poems in it. Heir to the Throne is the name of it. That's awesome. I'll take it. I will take it. Record the screen with a phone. You can only watch it on your phone, and I only have one phone. So I don't have another phone, and I live by myself. So I couldn't figure out how to do it. And it's got to be good enough quality for my reel. So, I can't play it on my computer. It wouldn't let me play it on my computer. At least I couldn't figure it out. If any of you guys can figure it out and you want to Google Drive it to Jake to give to me or to me, whatever, I would be so grateful. It'd be awesome. I followed Shan Spidey, but she doesn't follow me back, so I can't DM her. And I have no other contact with her. Because she wasn't the producer, she was just the host. I don't know that she has access to any of that stuff anyway. We'll try to figure it out together. Texas teacher, again in the Streamlabs, yes, Texas teacher with that support today, says, spent the day helping put flowers on the graves at the VA cemetery. Took a day off work so I can give to those who never made it back. They then spent another hour sitting with my grandfather, talking to his tombstone, and he lied about his age to join World War II. Texas teacher, my grandfather lied about his age to join World War II as well. He was 17, and he claimed that he was 18 in order to go and enlist in the Air Force. So we have that in common. Sounds like an incredibly depressing day. I hope you're able to find a little bit of joy. And I know that you're giving to those who did not make it back. But remember that today is Veterans Day, and you are a veteran, and you need to practice a little bit of self-care, if you ask me. On Memorial Day, it could be a little bit of a different story, but for Veterans Day, please take care of yourself. And please know that you are loved, and we're so grateful for you and all of those things. So, yeah. Oh, again. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Slogans of the show today. Let me know what you guys are feeling in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Thank you for being so active in the chat today as well, guys. 140 of you guys in here. Get those thumbs going if you are live on YouTube. If you're on podcast listening to this, as this is going to be the first one uploaded, please leave a review. I hear that really, really effing helps. I'll be pushing that a lot recently and in the coming weeks as it does go up to Apple and all the other ones. What are the other podcast places? I'm probably going to have to learn this. Stitcher? Is that still a thing? TV talk. A little bit of TV talk, guys, before we get out of here today. We're about 40 minutes into the show, and we have some television to talk about. Now, I know that not all of you guys watch all these shows. This is not like content that you need to have watched it for, or like major spoilers, or we're not doing like a Mandalorian talk. These are all just random things that I ended up watching this week that I'm thinking, all right, I got to talk to them about this. The Bachelorette last night. In case you don't watch, this has been the biggest blow up of the season because the girl that they hired to be the Bachelorette, her name was Claire. She fell in love with this guy at first sight. She wouldn't give anybody else the time of day. They ended up getting engaged and they left the show. So in the middle of the show, with all the guys that were still there, they needed to bring in a new Bachelorette. They brought in Tayshia. Tayshia is the one who, by the way, in case you used to watch Collider Live, that was like Christian's girl. He loved her. I'm also obsessed with Tayshia. She is the most beautiful, the most charismatic, just bubbly, wonderful, awesome girl. And so her first episode as the Bachelorette, her first real episode of the Bachelorette was last night. And it's just so much better. Nothing against the first girl. And she found the love of her life and they're into it and they're off doing their thing. But guys, the second girl is just so much more fun to watch. She's cute. She's charming. She's endearing. She's got it going on. She's making out with a bunch of the men. She's doing her Bachelorette thing. And I'm just so here for it. So if you're not watching Bachelorette, as you guys know, I didn't for many, many years. I'm super duper into it now. I also sent Christian a text message saying, I feel like I should go on the show. At this point, I got to find the right person. I'm sick and tired of the wrong person over and over again. And I deserve the right person. And maybe it's there. I guess we'll have to, just like I keep saying, wait and see. I'm glad to hear you guys are into Tayshia because she is so cool. She's just the best. I also watched the first 3 episodes of This Is Us. So the first 2 aired the first week, then there was a week off because of the election, and then 1 aired last night. This show makes me tear up. This show still pulls at my heartstrings. I know that people make fun of people who watch the show, but I don't even care. To me, it's one of the best shows on TV. If you're looking for all of the feels, this show brings you all of the feels. And I'm not even relating to some of the characters at times, and I still feel for them. So I know it's not cool to be a This Is Us fan. I know that people are like, it's a soap opera. And so I just love it. I just love it. I watch it. I laugh. I cry. I put a blanket on. I snuggle up. I want to bake cookies. It's a great show to be watching during this time. They are living through the pandemic. So they are covering a lot of things that we're covering, like dating during the pandemic, pregnancy during a pandemic, marriage during a pandemic, career during a pandemic. And that's been really cool to watch that they were able to incorporate that. So if you aren't watching This Is Us, I highly recommend. It's a great binge, especially if you're into your feels. Get into them and just let it overtake you. Stop questioning yourself or judging yourself and just let yourself love This Is Us. Because if you really let yourself, I don't know how you could not love the show. I just don't know. Emily in Paris, you guys know I was obsessed with the show. I know our French viewers are not obsessed with this show like I am, but Emily in Paris was just picked up for a second season, and I am here for it. Hello, Emily in Paris. Give me that Gossip Girl Sex in the City vibes. I need you in my life. I need to know what happens and who's going to be fucking who and what the whole situation is here. So this show set itself up perfectly for a season 2, and this was epic TV news that I could not have been more here for. So far, how are you guys feeling about these shows? Bachelorette, are you watching it? Are you loving it? This Is Us, are you watching it? Are you loving it? Emily in Paris, did you watch it? Are you stoked about season 2? Would love to hear what else you guys are watching as well. And then finally, I binged a show, or at least I'm on episode 9 of a show called Pen 15, which was a show that wasn't really on my radar. I don't know why it wasn't on my radar, because now that I'm watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, a lot of people did talk to me about this show, but I just never picked it up. It's a Hulu show. It reminds me kind of Broad City in terms of it's a female comedic duo, but it's so funny. It's the story of these 2 women. They're actually 30-year-old actresses, but they are going back to middle school. They're in 7th grade and they're dealing with all of that awkwardness, but everybody else in the cast is actually that age. So it's super, super funny, super awkward. The performers are incredible. Maya and Anna are the 2 main girls, and they go by Maya and Anna in the actual show. They touch on so many crazy, wild, just epic teenage awkwardness things that you how do you not fall in love with the show? And it's making me laugh so loud. I took a break on Community because I'm just not loving it. I'm 10 episodes into Community. I'm like, is this going to get better? So if you're looking for a comedy that also has blast from the past, then this is the move. This is the move. Pen 15. Like I said, I'm on episode 9 or 10. Apparently, there have been 2 seasons. There's 24 episodes, and I can not even anticipate the frustration I'll feel once I finish this, because it's definitely worth a watch. Who in here watches Pen 15? Have any of you guys seen it yet? I'm finding some really good binges during this time, guys. Keep up with me. Keep up with your girl. Oh, man, it's good to talk about television again. I can't believe we actually have TV back on our screens. I was nervous it wasn't going to happen for a long time. Go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Apollo 3JP says, what up, Roxy? What did I miss? Work is busy today, but I'll always make time to shoot my shot. Looking great today. Let's randomly meet and hit it off. Apollo, shoot that shot, baby. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, wait, Roxy, you can't leave us hanging. What one thing would you want named after you? Perhaps a vibrator? Oh, so I tweeted and I asked what people, if they could choose one thing to be named after them, although I wrote if you could chose, because spelling. What would that one thing be? I don't know. I feel like maybe a TV show, because then hopefully I could be starring in it. But then also a mountain would be dope. A theater would be dope. A hospital would be dope. There's a lot of things that would be really cool. A lot of things that would be really cool. Loudy says I've been putting off Pen 15. Well, stop putting it off and start putting it on. Am I right, peeps? Am I right? All right, what a weird first episode for you guys to be listening to via podcast. Hopefully you like it anyway. We're going to be getting out of here very soon. So get in your last minute Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Last minute super chats in here. Don't forget, today is Wednesday, so we will be doing a World Girl Wednesday tonight as we give Ask Us Anything a whirl. These are some of your favorite episodes. You guys come in strong with them sex questions. Do your thing, honey. Also, we love questions about all different kinds of things like traveling and relationships and career and family. So get those questions in early because those shows tend to go long and be quite a hoot. Wow, hoot is a word I've been using a lot recently too. I'm really analyzing my vocab today, really thoroughly analyzing it. So that's 6 p.m. Pacific time, youtube.com/The World Girls. And then I'll be back here tomorrow, 1 p.m. Also, Steph and I sat yesterday for about 7 hours to plan the next several months of our career. And we've got a lot of great things coming down the pipeline. So just to put some things out there, I'm going to be completely revamping my own Patreon in the next week or two. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm putting the show on podcast platforms. Is that the best way to phrase it? So I'll keep you guys posted about that. My TikTok stuff is going to be really vamped up and changing. And Steph and I are even doing something together, which I don't fully want to announce yet, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. We've got tons of stuff going on with World Girls. That's already a podcast, so go check that out if you have not. And so many career things are going to be happening. It's really do or die time for me. I'm about to be 30 fucking years old and I'm ready to blow the fuck up. So all my time and energy will be going into this, to you guys, into making this show and all the shows I'm working on the best shows that possibly could be. So again, I'll keep you posted on all of those career endeavors. Morse code Z in the super chat says the implication that's not a weird episode someone could start with. The implication that there's not a weird episode someone could start with, winky face, love you, Roxy. That's so true. It's not like any episode that I upload to podcast would be like totally normal, because you want to know what, motherfuckers? I'm not normal. You guys aren't motherfuckers. Oh, man. I feel bad now. All right, getting out of here. I will see you guys tonight. Let me know if you figured out anything about that Quibi, those two shows. Whitney Seibel's been trying to help me. I mean, nobody can seem to help me. If somebody can figure this out for me, then mad love and like air kisses. COVID style. Be safe, be smart, stay sane, make your beds, put that toilet seat down. We know about them plumes now, so we can't pretend that we don't. Take care of yourself. I know it's hard during this time, and call your veteran friends and family and thank them for their service. It's so, so important that you do that today so that they know that they matter to you and to this country. Much love, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. live with Roxy.